Hello, we're going. We're live. Hello, everyone. It's Tom from Dog Cards. Hi. Zahir. Hello. Who are you?
I'm Zahir.
Hi, Zahir. If
He
anyone
is
wants to see
here.
more of Zahir, where can they find your stuff? Why are you so important? What do you do?
I do terrain commissions and
Yeah, he
stuff
does.
like that. I make lots of stuff for Tom at the moment.
He makes a lot of sick terrain.
I'm making Helm's Deep for you at the moment. It's almost
Yes.
Oh shit!
so can't wait to get that on the channel.
It's going to be mega.
That'll be fucking sick. Yeah.
And then, as you can hear, Sean is up here as well. Sean, say hi.
What's up?
Sean,
I'm
who are
Sean.
you? Why are you here?
I'm a nobody.
Wow, true. Are you the
Nah,
noob
I'm
or are you the men? That's the real question.
I was about to say. I'm not sure if you've got the noob or the man today. You've definitely got the pretty face, but whether or not it's the noob or the man, can't tell you. But yeah, I'm a one half of the Last Alliance Noobs and Men, and we make some videos sometimes.
As you've
And
probably
we
already
chat
guessed,
shit.
Sean is Australian, so there will be swears. Just strap yourself in.
Yeah, there should be a warning at the beginning of this video saying Aussie present.
This is it right now.
So
Put your serious warning voice on.
be careful. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. This ain't no GBHL page, baby.
Sweet. So we're going to Into the West at the weekend. For anyone who, I'll tell you what, let's just get this rolling. Let's not mess around. Where's my button? I'm well good at computers, lads. It's well good. There's my button. Boo-boo! What? Look, I made a heading thing and everything. Look,
That's so cute.
I even put your name on it.
What?
So yeah.
Woo.
Why would you take that to a tournament? Basically, we're going to
Because
Into the West.
you're shit.
Oh, Matt's written that wrong. That's the incorrect. So Into the West, it's a 450-point tournament. It is one of the largest tournaments we have here in the country. It is, I think, the biggest GBHL event this year. There are a couple of things that are the con that aren't GBHL, but you know, that's cool.
Fuck Articon.
You heard it here
We
first.
started already, baby.
There are going to be about 120 people at this event. So it's a decent size.
Jesus Christ, we would be lucky if we could push 50 at one of our events. If we get 36 people, we're like, oh, here we go, big tournament, baby. 120.
120 people.
Fuck.
36 is
I'm glad
like
I'm
a
not over
small
there. I wouldn't
local
win anything.
event.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
120 people, 450 points, 2 days, so 7 games over those 2 days.
That's my favorite style.
It is a GBHL 100 event, not a 100-point GBHL event. Naughty Matt. But yeah, happy days. So we've got some lists.
First thing,
yeah,
450 points. You guys baffle me that you play 450. I think it's just because like we play different like points levels, obviously. So like our stock standard, we go 300. That's a small event. Sometimes we do 200, but not that often. We'll do 300, 500, 600, 750, and 800. So seeing 450, I wouldn't know how to make a 450 point list.
It's an absolute pain in the ass.
Neither do some of our people's. It's okay.
I always feel like I need that extra 50 points.
Yeah, 450 is this is the only event of the year that's 450. Apart from my one in January, because it was meant to be like 2 weeks before this one. But then this one got moved because COVID still existed.
Classic COVID.
That was a thing once. Remember that? God.
Yeah, remember when the world cared about it and now people are just getting it?
Sound, yeah. So yeah, it's just 450. Our normal events are about 700. That's like the league standard kind of 700. But they bounce around all different points. We love a 50, like 350, 450, 550. Love that. If you come to my event in August, it's 631.
Why?
Why not?
Why? I
Why not?
hate it so much.
Do what I want.
See, I like a stock, like just a stock standard vanilla tournament, 800 points. That's my favorite kind of tournament. That's those like, yeah, just give me a vanilla tournament. That's what I'm all about it. Anywho,
That's racist.
that's what I do.
So here's some lists. So this is one person's list. So you can bring good and evil if you want to. If you bring good and evil, if the other person's got evil, you'll play your good against that evil list. If the other person's got good, you'll play your evil against that list. Bish bash bosh. This is the only person from our crew who's bringing multiple lists. I did last time because it was fun. Not about the fun life this year. About the winning. Let's go for it.
Just one army.
Whereas I've gone for I want to take 2 armies just because it will be fun.
Understandable.
That's why you came third and I
Understandable.
came second at that one. Pew pew pew. So your good list. We've got help. I say good. Your not evil list. You've got Helm's Guards, Legendary Legion. Helm Hammerhand on his horse. 2 Royal Guard of Throwing Spear on horse. 5 Outriders on foot. 1 captain with an axe and a shield. No horse.
No.
6 warriors with axe, throwing spear, shield. 5 Royal Guard of Throwing Spear and 1 Royal Guard of Throwing Spear and banner. For X amount of total models. Where's that number?
21, I think it was.
21? That's
Yeah.
cute. Where's the rest of your army?
In Helm's pocket with his mighty hero and 3 heroic combats.
So surely, what are we thinking? It's a Helm's Guard.
Yeah, it's Helm's Guard. You can't really do much more with Helm's Guard, to be honest.
That's the hard hitting, intelligent input that we got.
It's Helm's Guard. Like, the only thing I would like to see is King's Huntsman. I fucking love King's Huntsman. I know a lot of people hate them, but I think they're fucking incredible. I've watched King's Huntsman. They're the best snipers in the game. Let's just put it that way. They just sit there and just go, "Yep, that's dead."
So if I was doing Helm at like 700, that's what I would do. Helm and 2 King's Huntsmen.
Bring one then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a player at Noobs who takes 2 King's Huntsmen at 750, 800, I can't remember. And he plays his own like in mind game with them, is like who gets the most kills, and it's he has a little narrative with them. It's great fun. But yeah, like honestly, there's not really much more you can do with Helm's Guard. Maybe the only change I would make to this is, apart from the King's Huntsman, is just make everything Royal Guard. Like, yes, you'd drop a few numbers, but Royal Guard are fucking amazing.
They are.
And at 450, there's not much your opponent's going to be able to do to punch through, D6 Royal Guard.
Money
and they've
though,
also
innit?
got spear support. So, and Helm just, anything that touches him dies.
I think
I think so.
I'm going to speak for Zahir a little bit here, but I think in the UK, we love numbers. We love numbers.
Yes.
Numbers is life. Numbers is everything. So if you tell me we're going to drop like 2 more out of this, and you're going to drop down to like 19 models,
Yeah.
I'm
That
screwing
was
myself.
something.
Yeah.
It was
I'm
like
terrified.
I played last year. I took Dane, Legolas, and like a mix of Iron Hills warriors and elves, just because I loved the theme of it, and it was just like swamped by every army it came up against, and it was not fun to try and sort of get through that. I think I had about 17, 18 models that time, and you really felt it even with Dane and Legolas there. So I just sort of tried to get a hitter in, but still have some numbers.
I think the only difference I'd say there is Helm Hammerhand, especially on horse. Like, he's probably one of the only other heroes I would say he has to go on a horse. There's only like 3 or 4 heroes that I'm like, they must be on horses. But Helm, Hammerhand, he'll make back those models. That's without a doubt. And just Royal Guard sitting there shielding.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Because my idea was just like have the shield wall, hopefully survive, and just let Helm do his thing. You know.
Yeah, that'll be your play.
Models a turn.
And there's nothing better, and I love watching it happen with Elendil, and you can kind of do it with Helm now because he gets free heroic combats, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then free might in his legion. You sit back your troops, keep them 10 inches out of your opponent's shield wall, and you throw Helm in, heroic combat, send him back to your line, see what happens next turn, whether you get priority or opponent gets priority, do the same thing. Throw Helm in, heroic combat, send him back out. And you just keep doing that. I've watched the Elendil do that for an entire game and just decimate their opponent. It's a filthy tactic. You can still definitely, without a doubt, do it with this list, but you just sit your guys back, have your outriders and just shooting wherever they can, and then Helm just boop, boop, just back and forth. So that list will do a job.
Slightly worse, but I did the same thing with Shaku last year. In his Warg attack region. Just great fun.
Shaku is my my bogey model. I've never beaten an army that's got Shaku in it.
Bear that in mind for next time.
I've surrounded Shaku with as many elves as possible, right? And he wins the fight. It just keeps happening. I've never killed Shaku.
He's just a little legend. Talking about numbers though, Azog's Hunters. So you got Narzag on Warg, 2 Fel Wargs, 4 Hunter Orcs, 6 Hunter Orcs a bow. Thimble on Warg, 2 Fel Wargs, 4 Hunter Orcs, 6 Hunter Orcs a bow. 1 Orc Captain on Warg, 4 Hunter Orcs, 4 Orc Captains with 4 Orcs with bow. So also you got a 12 Hunter Orcs and 16 Hunter Orcs.
16 Hunter Orcs with bows.
And then 4 Wargy boys. It's 35 models. It's like maybe the 3rd or 4th highest model count that we're sending as a crew.
35 models. That's feral. Like at 500 points, Azog's Hunters and Dale are the perfect armies. So I'm sure at 450, it's going to be very, very similar. But 16 bows, you don't get the Morgul arrows, but whenever there's that payoff. So you'll be right. And Fel Wargs are just incredible. I love a Fel Warg, just not needing line of sight to charge.
I killed Boromir turn 2 with Morgul arrows once.
Wow. They've actually done a job.
He'd put Boromir from the Fellowship into his Gondor list in an attempt to be clever.
Mistake number 1.
So I dropped. He failed he lost his fate, and then I did a wound to him with shooting, and then he just rolled that one, and that he won. Dead Boromir.
Yeah,
see you, boss.
It's horrible.
Yeah, nah.
I want
me Captain the White Tower. He's I love him. Best support hero in the game.
So
why I still have a Morgul arrow on Narza, which is okay.
True. You can still.
Where's
pop
my
that
boy
if need
Yazdid?
be. Oh yeah, that's the archer hero, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, so Narzag's here. The archer hero is the leader. It's the Lance boy.
Oh
yeah,
right.
I don't.
They're all the same to me.
I wanted March.
You got a March?
Yeah.
Did the others not have March?
No.
Drop March. Screw March. It's disgusting. I understand March. I understand why people like it. I don't understand. I'm not saying you are, but I don't understand people building lists around having March.
Yeah.
It's a cool tool to have in your back pocket. And March is something that I might use, I don't know, like maybe once every 10 games.
Yeah.
Like very rarely will I use it at a tournament. I can't remember the last time I used March. It's a cool trick to have, but it's not necessary. It's necessary when you're running hobbits. Even dwarves don't need March.
I march like 60-70% of games.
So I was going
No,
to say the reason
it's just a waste of might.
the reason I used March in this list is to like plan for the next turn and just send a group of Hunter Orcs into the back rank. Because if you get two attack models into the back rank and trap them, it's just so much fun.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. See,
that's my only justification for it.
My biggest thing in this game, and I think it's like, if people want to get really good at this game, learn how to deploy your army. That's deployment is fucking key.
Definitely.
If you deploy an army properly, suddenly you don't need march and you don't need heroic move so early on. You can save that for later on in the game.
Yeah.
And then in terms, if you do want to surround your opponent, you do split your force up. You get that first group going forward, and you do what you can to bait them into you, whilst one of those groups stays up the side a bit, and then come around the back. And you've got the bows to be able to do that. If you put your 16 bows and stand them at front, you say, "You come to me. If you don't come to me, I'm just going to sit here and shoot." If your opponent can outshoot you, that's another story.
Yeah.
But I reckon, you would be able to, depending on the points, because I don't actually know the points value of old mate, the Lance boy. I reckon you might be able to sneak him.
60 kitted out, like full kit, like with Lance and Waz.
Because they're the same as a normal Hunter Orc captain.
Yeah.
Because the Hunter Orc captain gets an extra attack on foot, whereas the other guys get an extra might. And then they get a lance. He pays 5 points.
To be fair,
lance.
3 attack captains is pretty whack.
It's brilliant.
Yeah,
it makes people think about like killing the Warg, and it just really screws with their head, because then you've got a D5 captain, so it'll be harder to kill him. But if you kill the Warg, then he's actually better on foot.
Yeah, exactly.
It's brilliant.
It's good. I like those psychological parts of the game, making your opponent really, really think about what they're doing. And you're definitely going to do that with that Hunter Orc on Warg, or the captain on Warg, sorry. Yeah. Just the regular Hunter Orcs as well. Those ones on Wargs. How many you got on Warg?
None.
Oh, none. Sorry, it's just Felwarg.
No, it went full spam.
I feel like if you're going number spam, you gotta go number spam.
Yeah. No,
this might
you'll be laughing with 35 models, man. That's
this might be where the
2 attacks, 5 strength
differ. We bloody love the numbers.
Yeah, no, we're getting a lot more into numbers here. For a fair while, it was very like taking elite lists, but recently it's moving into numbers. Like, I've been building a dwarf list and trying to just spam out numbers. I was able to get 45 D7 dwarves at 800 points.
Well, you've been talking to Lee.
Pardon?
That's such a Lee list.
It's Army of Thrall, Thrain, Thrall, Young Thorin, and then it's so many models. It's way too many fucking models. It's brilliant.
It's a shame Lee's not here, because he would be jizzing right now.
Yeah. Well, speaking of dwarfs, we have a look at what's next. So no one else has got names on them. It's only you to hear his name. Speaking of dwarfs, some random person here is bringing Thor, Captain of Variable with Shield, 12 Kingsguard, and 12 Warriors Variable with Spirit Shield.
I wonder whose list this is.
So you got 26
It's
D7 dwarfs, just chilling out. They're all fight 4. They're all D7. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, look. Once again, it's another one of those lists. It's Army of Thor. There's not really much more you can do. You bring Grimhammers with Thor. You upgrade them to Kingsguard. Get that strength 4 in there, and then you bring Warriors of Variable with Spear and Shield. It's the game plan, and this list is going to take some work to get through it. Those throwing axes as well, they're going to come in clutch. Throwing weapons at small points values, are just so good.
At like
They're
200
amazing.
points, where you can just throw weapons across little alleyways to each other through a
Yeah.
doorway and make it look dramatic. God, if anyone wants to see a masterful use of throwing weapons, check out the latest Alliance of News and Men battle report, where you can see
It's
lots
a
of throwing
shit
weapons
show.
and people who don't understand how harims work. But you know,
We just wanted to have fun. We didn't give two hoots about the rules. There were moments in that video that I'd like cut out where I was like, I don't think that's how that model works. And then we were just like, oh, the book's on the other side of the table. Fuck it, let's just keep going. So, but no, go and watch that video. It's disgustingly bad. But no,
the
look,
board
Army of
gave me a
Thrall.
bit of an aneurysm. It was
Yeah. Army of Thrall, man. Like,
Hey,
old mate's going to do well with this.
He's won events with this at low points before, quite happily.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
Like, Thrall is so fucking hard to get through. He's just a beast. And if you get lucky with that Arkenstone roll, old mate just doesn't die.
Yeah, so if you didn't know, he passes fates on a 3-up rather than 4-up. And if he passes it on a 4-up, he gets his fate back. So yeah,
pretty good.
The key, you got to try and get all of Thrall's might out of him somehow, because then he can't might it, because otherwise he just is like, yeah, cool, I'm not dying.
But no, he's D9 as well, 6-inch banner. Yeah, he's solid. He's solid. I think, in all honesty, without looking at any other lists, this is probably one of the lists that I would just say, look, I would suspect this to do really well. I know I'm meant to be shit talking list, but
well, we started off
it's
with
a solid list.
A couple more experienced people. Here's another dwarf list for you to have a look at.
It's a Dwarf King list. Yes.
Yeah, Dwarf King. Wait. So we got a Dwarf King, 3 Dwarf Warriors with Dwarf Bow, 1 Dwarf Warrior with Banner and Shield, 2 Dwarf Warriors with Shield, and 4 Vault Warden teams. Captain with Shield, 3 Dwarf Warriors with Dwarf Bow, 1 Dwarf Warrior with Shield, 2 Rangers with Longbows, and 3 Vault Wardens. So you got 7 Vault Warden teams, 6 Warriors with Bow.
Oh, that's spicy.
3 Warriors with Shield, and 2 Rangers. In total, 28 models. Is that more? Is that more than the last one?
Yeah, 2 more models.
Yeah, 2 more. Keep fucked.
Vault Warden teams are amazing. I am currently looking at an 800-point list that has 24 Vault Warden teams.
You're disgusting.
Yeah. It's literally the goal of that list. Like, it's not a competitive list at all, but it's literally just you see that corridor over there?
Yeah.
Try and get through it. I'm so happy that there's 7 Vault Warden teams. That's incredible. Dwarf Kings, they're so good for their value. They're 75 points. They're bloody brilliant for what they are, for what they're worth. The big question I've always had with Khazad-dûm is, what's better, a Dwarf Ranger with a longbow or a Dwarf Ranger with a Dwarf bow? Because they cost the same amount of points, if I'm not mistaken. The Dwarf bow gets a strength 3 shot, but 18-inch shooting. The Dwarf Ranger has the longbow, so 24-inch shooting, but only a strength 2 bow.
I expect these Rangers will be just dropped back somewhere on backfield objectives.
So they can,
and then the rest can just push up. But I don't know.
It's always a tough question, but I like it that is split them. And as you said, being able to put them just in the background somewhere, just popping shots off, sitting on those home objectives, for example, just scaring his opponents should do some work. But the Dwarf Captain with Shield, they're tough to get through. This will be a tough list to get through. I was about to say no spears, but Vault Warden teams have spears. So suddenly Khazad-dûm actually does have spearmen.
That's one of the things people always forget, is that you can just take the spears from the Vault Warden teams and chuck them behind other lads.
Yeah, because like it's not as if you need to keep the Vault Warden teams together. And Vault Warden teams, if you just put the Vault Warden in a spot, you just shield with them. Yes, they get the -1, but that's fine. They're D9, odds are they're not dying. So you just send that spear elsewhere, whether it be supporting a hero or something.
Half guard
I wonder-
with Vault Warden spears behind them is a tough nut to crack.
Disgusting. A Vault Warden team's a strength 4 as well, which is incredible.
It's horrible.
It's
I played this list and I killed most of the rest of the army except the shields. All the shields were left. And it was like with strength 4 Hunter Orcs, it just didn't happen. They just could not get the 6x4.
yeah, that's 6s by 4s, ain't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez, 6s by 5s with strength 3 models.
And even with 2 attacks or 4 attacks, I think at one point I had 3 guys on a Vault Warden. Couldn't get the 6x4.
Couldn't crack
Couldn't
that
get a
nut.
6x4.
Oh,
It was
man.
ridiculous. And that line of 7 was just insane. Like I just had to like walk around it and take a couple more turns to get into everything else. And it was just like, they were just insane.
What I really love about Vault Warden teams is your opponent always sees them as a defensive unit. But if you play them as an offensive unit, you will catch your opponent off guard, because there is no such thing as a defensive unit, offensive unit. There's models you can use in those situations, and they are slightly better. But like, there's nothing saying you can't. It's like bowmen. A lot of people will sit their bowmen back because they go, oh, they're archers. And in their head, they go, archers aren't very good at fighting. But as soon as you get past that, like, block in your own brain and go, no, my archers fight exactly the same as my regular warriors. Odds are they're just down 1 defense. You send those archers in and they'll do a job for you. And it's the same with the Vault Warden. Most of your opponents will go defensive unit, they'll sit back. But if you just throw those guys forward, they're fight 4, strength 4.
That's always our like job. The first bit of advice we give to new people. Like an Urukai crossbowman is not an Urukai crossbowman. He's an Urukai warrior who happens to have a crossbow. Lob him into combat, like.
Yeah. The amount of people, and it usually happens with newer players, and it happened with me when I first got into the game. I always saw, all right, my spearmen are spearmen, so they need to sit behind. My shieldmen are shieldmen, they have to sit in the front. My bowmen are bowmen, they have to, sit on the flank somewhere away from combat because they'll die easy. Nah, just swing shit in there. Each model will have their benefits and be better in certain situations, but it gets to a point where you can just go, it doesn't really matter at this point. My archers aren't going to do anything, so I'm going to swing them in. My spearmen, I would like to support here, but I need that spearman to go into this combat to hold this guy off, so I'm going to go and do that. So being able to get past that block of like, hey, this is their only role in the game is massive. And one thing that, I took away from the Green Dragon years ago is a good player knows when to send their archers into combat. And that is so true. Once you get past that block and you just go, cool, the archer's going to combat now. That's a warband of reinforcements hitting that shield wall. That's massive. So, but yeah, Urukai crossbows or Urukai crossbows. Oh my god.
Sorry, I put some big pictures on. One of them is a screenshot of your shit. So, Army of Lake Town with the Erebor Reclaimed Convenient Alliance. We got a Master of Lake Town. We got 3 Lake Town guarded bow, 3 with bow and spear, and 5 with just spear. We've got Alfred with 5 Lake Town guarded bow and 5 Lake Town guarded spear. We got Braga with 6 Lake Town guard and 6 Lake Town guarded spear. And then we've got Foreign King Under the Mountain with a go and Orcrist as the leader. So you got 33 warriors and 11 bows for 37 models total.
I wonder whose this could be.
What do you think, Sean?
Is this you?
What do you think, Sean?
I think someone's a fucking tryhard. That's what I think. Adding fucking Thorin on goat with Orcrist because he knows this is a good versus evil event.
Put Bard as an A tier in Army of Lake Town, and I was watching it and was disgusted.
Where did you want him?
Oh, C.
Honestly, I could
Yeah.
argue for that. But like he's solid enough in Army of Lake Town. He can do a job in Army of Lake Town.
He
can do a
He's
job.
just so expensive.
He's amazing for him at higher points values. But
You wouldn't take Army of Lake Town at
33.
high points, so that's fine.
37 models.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
So foreign, King under the mountain with Goat and Orcris.
Free
How
hero
many
combat.
points?
Oh, I don't know how many points he is.
How many
100
points less than Bard?
110.
Oh, true. Yeah, look, putting in Thorin is definitely the right move over Bard. But also our tier lists are not talking about allies. They're talking about just that army. So, but no, this is a fucking disgusting list. Someone watched Jay Clare win a tournament with Lake Town and went, "Oh, I'm going to spend all my money."
He's a survivor,
And-
so he's a filthy.
Same thing. No, I've got. Actually, is it? It is this video. Yes, old mate Pat that you can see under Liam in that screenshot.
Yeah.
We've got a tournament coming up in 2 or 3 weeks. He's running Survivors of Lake Town, and he has added Thorin on Goat. So he's got 2 models with free heroic combats. He's got Alfred to basically turn Bard into fucking Boromir. I'm not looking forward to taking on that list. But this is good, man. It's good.
So
It's
this is
try hard as
this,
fuck.
this person who remains nameless has been taking Lake Town all year long to little events and has gone, Bard's just a letdown every time. I mean, he's good. He does his job. He does well. Then he's a here.
Yes, he does.
But
All
Thorin
right.
is just
No,
better.
Thorin is so much better. But
So the only
also-
downside here is that Masters thing only becomes 6-inch rather than 12-inch. But as I try and tell your mum all the time, 6 inches is plenty. It's okay.
Oh yeah. Hey, look, it's the motion of the ocean, baby. It's not the size that matters. It's not the size of the boat, but the motion of the ocean.
So yeah, that's what we're going with.
I hate it.
It's
I-
only 37 models, to be fair. It's not that many.
I like that this person, as I briefly touched on before, has taken Orcris full, knowing that this army's only going to face evil armies.
Well, if the both people only take one army, then they just play each other. So you could be
Okay,
playing
fair
against
enough.
good. But it puts an
But,
Elven
yeah.
Blade on your leader, who is fight 6 with
Also
strike and
that.
stuff. So yeah, originally
Braga's an interesting character, isn't he? Like
Lego Braga.
he's fairly decent. Is he 3 might or 2 might?
I would put Braga above the other two. Braga's better than
Really?
the Master or Alfred. Yeah, he's like S+ tier. He's in his own
Okay.
special tier.
Okay.
So Braga's
He's
3
in
points of
Braga
might.
tier.
Yeah, he's got 3 might to start with. Then he on a 4-up gets it for free when he's within 6 inches of Master. Then he's got defense as well and march.
Yeah.
So if I see Helm, I go, cool, Braga's going to run into you and then call a free hero defense. Like, well, 50-50 free hero defense.
Yeah.
And you know
Fuck
that'll
yeah.
be the one time he doesn't.
Yeah, but that's fine. No, it's not. Because if you say he's going to call it for free, he calls it for free. If you say, he's going to call it and let's roll a dice, then it's not free. You see, you just got
got to
bless the
manifest
dice. Yeah, got to manifest it.
That's it. Got to put it out into
so-
the universe.
Essentially,
Yeah,
this
look.
does. Yeah,
That's a good point. I really do like Army of Lake Town. It's an army I've always wanted to build, but I just don't have the money for it.
well, what you need to do is get yourself a shop. It makes everything so much cheaper instantly.
Could only imagine. Can you get me some cheap models?
So the next list over here, we have got Gandalf on cart, 6 Hobbit Sheriffs and 6 Hobbit Archers, Bilbo with the Mithril Coat, Sting and the One Ring, Farmer Maggot and 5 Militia with axes, and Lotho and 8 Sheriffs. That's what, 12, 17.
25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 30. Nah, not good enough. Nah, there's not enough fucking models. There's not enough fucking models. No, I just counted them up. It's not enough. What are you doing? Whose list is this? I want a name for this one. Oh, man, if Sean Kirkby was here, if the other Sean was here, he would be seething. All he does is play Hobbits. Loves Hobbits. He gets like 60 fucking Hobbits at 500 points. The 32 models? It's not enough. It's not enough. This list is going to get railed. It's going to get bent over the table.
Do you not think one of those Hobbit Sheriffs can 1v1 a Hunter Orc? Because that's what they're going to have to do.
Yeah. Dead. Bye. See ya. Don't even roll dice. Just take it off the table. Also, at least take the dude with traps, maybe. Like, what's Lotho Sackville Baggins do for you? Where's my fucking phone?
He makes the increased fight value, I think. So he makes your Sheriffs fight 4.
I hate this list. I actually hate this list.
This guy's one of our newest members of our local community. He's played about 5-6 games.
Shit. This is an amazing list. You're gonna do well.
He just
I'm
bought
sorry,
the,
man.
He basically, this is the models that he has for the Shire.
Fair enough.
And he has fun with it.
Understandable.
But yeah, I mean, I agree. Personally, if I was winning this, I would sack Gandalf and Bilbo off and
gone. Immediately gone.
Immediately gone. Merry, get yourself merry, make it the Legion, put the trap boy in there. Now you've suddenly got 32 traps, or whatever the nonsense is.
18 traps.
18
He's
traps.
disgusting.
Sorry, my apologies.
Look, definitely got to give old mate a pass for, taking what you've got. We've all been there. I used to do it myself. But I am still going to rip into this list because
it's what you're here for.
Man, it's what I'm here for. Gandalf on cart is not a model that I want to see at a tournament because it's just not good.
Fireworks.
Ew, okay, sick.
Fireworks, Gandalf, fireworks.
Cool.
Then Helm just
I
runs.
do like that he's added Farmer Maggot. I love Farmer Maggot. I think he's incredible.
Yes. Yeah, Lee's favorite beats.
Farmer Maggot's sensational. If you want to tag objectives, Grit, Fang, and Wolf are here to save the day. But there's not enough models. There's just not enough models. This list needs to be at nearly 50 models if I'm going to be happy with it. It needs Frodo. I feel like Frodo's an auto take. Merry and Pippin without a doubt. And then I think Frodo needs to be your third hero. If you've got space for a fourth hero, then you take Farmer Maggot. And then just spam hobbits. Spam. Don't upgrade to battling brandy bucks. Not worth it. Because you need as many models as you can. Tookish Hunters, I would upgrade, 6 points per model for Tookish Hunters. They're your fight 3 models. And suddenly they walk into fight 3 armies and go, cool, we can draw this baby.
Do you not like the strength 4 hobbits from battling brandy bucks?
Strength 3.
Yeah, but axes, bro.
If you're piercing strike, sure. Like it is cool. It can be done. One downside to them is it's unless you paint them in a different scheme, they're always tough to see on the table, which sometimes can affect yourself in the game.
Know a lot of people who do it around here so the only axe models on the table will be the battling brandy bucks.
Fair enough. Fair. That's also obviously an option that you can do. But no, I personally want numbers with hobbits. That's me. I'd want to get as many numbers on the table and just hope for the dice roll, really. Just hope you win those fights, and you should have more numbers in those combats. So that gives you all these dice. If you do have Axeman in there, you can Piercing Strike to go up to Strength 3. So you can still get to that Strength 3. I personally don't think battling Brandy Bucks are worth it. But the Tookish Hunters, they're incredible. I do like the new Hobbit hero who can take sheriffs and essentially make them burly. That's a lot of fun.
The other one is the bloke who skips stones.
Yes. Tolpenny. He's the one that brings the 8 traps as well. So I'd probably look at. He's probably one of the like the 4 travelers. Tolpenny's probably one of the next I would look at.
I'm not sure I'd have Frodo, and I'd have Tolpenny instead, and then more models.
Frodo's an interesting one because he's 60 points. He's a 6-inch banner. So is he worth being a 6-inch banner? Yes and no. But what I do like about Frodo is quite a lot of the time your opponent just immediately thinks Frodo is the leader. And so they will target Frodo constantly. And Mary's just running around, who odds are you'll make Mary your leader, where you'd have to because his valor. He's just running around doing Mary things whilst your opponent's going, oh, Frodo. The amount of times I've versed my mate Sean and I just completely forget and I aim for Frodo to try and kill him. And I kill him and go, cool, leader VPs is like, nah, bro. Full stack Pippin's or Mary's fucking chilling around the corner. You got to get him now.
That's what I do in my Lake Town, where everyone assumes the master of Lake Town's the leader, but young foreign over here is fucking around. Because like, guys, Lake Town, doing his master's your leader. I've got to kill him. Like, fucking go for it, mate. What do you feel about putting Maggot? This is a completely curveball question. Maggot and his 3 dogs, just allying them into random lists to try and steal some objectives.
Cute. I think it's cute. Anything that can, if I could, I would ally Maggot in with my Warg army, my Angmar Warg army, just to have more dogs. Like, I do love that idea.
There's a bloke locally who started allying him into like other lists just so that he can have the dogs go and set objectives.
No, 100%. I think that's like, depending on what your army bonus and stuff is and what you're losing. Like, as I would love to do it with Dale, but I couldn't justify losing that 3+ shooting. I could probably see it with, I don't know. I could probably ally Farmer Maggot into my Gondor list. Like, yes, I lose that +1 courage, but well, dems the breaks.
Bring a Horn with your hobbits as well. Stick it in there.
That's it. So cheap as chips. But I do like that idea. Old mate that's doing that is
here you go. You'll like this fucker. Army of Lake Town. Again, we've got the master, we've got 7 guard, 8 with spear. Alfred, 12 guard, all with bows. Braga, 6 guard, 6 of spears. Guard captain, 3 guard, 6 guard of spear, 3 guard of bows. That is 55 models.
This is what the Hobbit list should look like. This should say Hobbits, not Army of Lake Town. This should be fucking the Bobbits. This is a Bobbit list. Is this you again?
One of the 2 Lake Towns is me, yeah.
Disgusting. 15 bows at 450. It's going to be so oppressive. It's going to be so oppressive. Oh, mate.
It's almost more bows than some people have models.
Models, yeah. There's almost as many bows as there are hobbits. Yeah, sick.
That's just scary.
What?
I hate it.
That is just scary.
I really hate it. Whoever's playing this will sit at the back of the board and just shoot and say, all right, mate, make your way over to me. Oh, you've made your way over to me and half your army's dead? Cool. I'm moving now. See ya. It's what I do with Dale. Yeah, no, this is disgusting. How many points is Bomber?
It was like 45, wasn't it?
Cool. Put Bomber in this list. You
From
can
Foreign's company.
the one that can green ally into this. I assume it's from
Foreign's company. Yeah, but
Yeah, sick.
that loses you like 10 models.
That's fine. You still got 45 models, bro.
That's not enough.
Add in Bomber. He's your will farm for Alfred. The Master of Lake Town is not running out of might anytime soon. Just it's yeah.
I don't
That's the
think
only thing I do.
you'll play 5 turns of combat. You got an hour and a half. He's got 55 models to move. This isn't me, by the way. I'm the other one. Yeah. I don't think you're playing 5 turns of combat.
Look, you do have a point there. Yeah. Sick.
I have a feeling this is I'm going to move up onto some objectives, and oh look, we've only got half an hour left. Try and kill as many as you can. Off you pop.
As long as old mate doesn't deliberately slow play this list, I'm not super mad. Like, I've definitely run into a few people that will take big haughty lists just so they can deliberately slow play movement, and they'll move their 60 models, 1 model at a time, measuring every single model, and you just sit there watching that clock tick down, and they're suddenly surrounding objectives, or they got more models on objectives, and they just basically win by default.
I make a point.
If he plays it like that, I'll be furious.
He won't, because we'll go straight in.
Good.
But yeah, there's when I use Goblin Town quite a lot as well, and I make a point when I do that. I'm like, cool. So my movement just took a minute. Done. Your go. Like,
yeah.
And then they're like 10 minutes moving the models around. I'm like,
I enjoy watching horde players, and Sean Kirkby does it. I love it, where he literally just gets his arm and just goes, that's my movement.
Yeah, so I moved the front ones to the right place, and then the rest just get shoved up behind it.
And the rest
like,
just
we'll sort that out. Like, we'll sort that out later when it's relevant. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Nah, I like that. That's the way it should be. But no, this is a funky list.
Yeah, he's got he starts with 7 might plus 3 from Alfred as well, in theory. So that's 10. Then you got Braga calling his 3 heroics as well.
Yeah, look,
So,
I'm going to take back my statement of adding in Bomber.
I think it's unnecessary.
I like seeing it, but you've got 10 might to start with at 750.
At 450.
At 450, sorry.
So somebody on this has got
7
5
might to start at 450, and then you get the extra 3 from Alfred.
Yeah.
I can't wait for him to roll triple 1s from Alfred. Eat up all your might, mate. Yeah. No, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
You're not calling it an uncontested heroic move against these bad boys at any point.
No. This is the kind of list that will watch, they'll watch their opponent use might and say, yeah, I can use might. I don't have to, but I can. Or I'm going to use might to make you use might. I love doing that with my Dunedain. Just using might where I don't have to, but to watch my opponent drain their might.
I do it at Goblin Town all the time as well. I'm just gonna call a heroic move. And they're like, why? Like, because you're gonna call one now. Because you've got your throwing weapons. You want to use your throwing weapons. I'm gonna heroic move. Get fucked. Call a heroic move. I dare you. You've only got 4 might left. Right. Little bitch. But yeah. But it's disgusting. I played against this list about 3 or 4 times at least, because we've been workshopping it together. I think Paul Lee's played it about 10 times. Yeah, man. It's so the other day I brought a Corsairs list that was like tuned against it in my head. So I had 30 something models. I had loads of fight for, obviously, because Zork was theirs. I had Terror on the Platinum Loins. I had crossbows. I had like 11 crossbows in there. I still lost. I broke it. I killed all the heroes. Still lost on objectives. You just can't get them off.
It's so many models for 450 points.
You don't have
It's so-
time to remove them from the objectives once they're there.
It's so oppressive.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be
Once they sit there, it's just
Yeah.
cool. Every turn you don't kill a model is an extra turn this game has to play for you to win. It's the same thing with hobbits. Every time, a one-on-one against a hobbit, you don't kill it, it's another turn that you have to get through that hobbit. And it's just disgusting. Most armies, you can give yourself 2 to 3 turns to get through a single model, but an army like this or hobbits, you can't. You have to be killing models every turn. So this is gonna slap hard, this list. I'd like to see this go up against the dwarves, the army of Thrall list.
It has done about 7 or 8 times. The dwarves have never come close.
Fuck.
But you think
Right,
it's like
Cam.
it's outnumbering it like 2 or 3 to 1 in every combat?
Yeah.
Yeah,
about that. 26 models to fucking 55.
And then you might kill 1 or 2 on the way over as well because they're stupid slow dwarfs. I mean, they do 7, but 15 shots. You hit with half of them.
Something.
That's 8, and then you might kill 1 a turn. But 1 a turn is good.
Oh yeah.
It's
so bad.
And then traps. Some other
Traps
Australian
win
people-
games.
There we go. You love to see it. This is our like local, like our pick for number 1, I think, for this event.
Look, I see this doing incredibly well.
I think you could give this list to someone who's like never played a game before, chuck them into this tournament, and they'll win 4 games out of the 7 at least, just on this army.
With a little bit of knowledge of the game and what this army can do, 100%. I think that someone could just walk in and do really well. Giving it to someone who's green, because it is an army that does need synergy. You need to understand the army synergy, but at the same time, you've also just got the models. You've basically got the dice on your side for the entire game because you've just got so many models. So, yeah, sick.
And a nice little
palette tournament.
Palette cleanser. We've got Arrestor. He's our leader. 6 warriors of shield, 6 warriors of spear and shield, 1 of which has got a banner. And then we've got Gildor Inglorian. 6 exiles with spear and throwing daggers, and 6 exiles with spear and bow, and 6 bow, 6 throwing daggers. I don't get it. Cool. I don't understand that bit, but okay, cool. There's 26. Oh, is that just his model, his bow count? All right, sick.
Yeah.
So 6 warriors of shield, 6 of spear and shield, 1 of which has got a banner, 6 exiles of spear and dagger, 6 exiles of spear and bow. 26 models.
I like this list.
Move 8
This is a
elves.
fun list. It's a fun. Any list that has Gildor in it excites me. I hate Rivendell as an army, but I love Gildor, and I want to ally Gildor in to everything, but his only fortitude, like Gildor and hobbits, is something I really want to do. But being fortitude, you've got to pay that tax for Glorfindel.
Yeah, Glorf.
I think it is the Valar boy. Well, I love Gildor. This will be a fun list. I don't think it's going to do well, but I think it's going to be fun. Whoever's playing this is going to have a lot of fun doing it, and his opponent's going to have a lot of fun going up against it. Because it's fight 5 elves, but 12 of those elves are going to die like that. So it's gonna make for some fun. Shielding wood elves, probably one of the best models in the game. They all come with Elven Cloak. I like this. This is a lot of fun.
This is the antithesis of that last list, isn't it?
Yes. Yes. No, this is a cute list. This is a list that I want to see on the other side of the table. Win against it, loss against it. I know I'm gonna have fun. Unless it's being taken by an absolute fucking dickhead. Then I won't have fun.
Then it's not. It's being taken by a lovely human.
Perfect. That's what I want to hear. Yeah. This is gonna put some smiles on people's faces. It's gonna be good.
It's got really good numbers. It's got a lot of ranged threat. They can just hide those wood elves behind any terrain piece for a few turns and make sure that the shooting doesn't do any damage to them. It'll be pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, without doubt. For the most part, this list can win shooting wars. Because that's what the Elven Cloaks on the Wood Elves can do. Is yes, you might not have as many bows as your opponent, but it's going to win you the shooting war because they can't target you.
You might have 15 Lake Town bows, but you can't see where I'm coming from.
You can't fucking see me.
You can't see me.
Now this is a good list. Aerostor's also a lot of fun. He's not something we see here at all.
Such a sleeper pick, man. I love him.
Yeah. People sleep on him. People really do. I think people sleep on both Aerostor and Gildor here anyway. You do not see them.
Your boys seem to
glad
love
that
the
this
like Gilgalad's on horse. Like, let's go, big hero, fuck shit up. Nah.
Take the smaller boys, mid-tier heroes. I wouldn't even call Aerostor mid-tier heroes, like a mid to high tier hero, but he'll get the job done. He will just get it done.
Is it Gildor who's got transfix as well?
Yes. He's got full will to. I think he can command, maybe. He can do something. He's got a little bit of magic with him. So
He's definitely got some form of transfix.
Has he only got one might though?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So this list will be
might then, isn't it? In this army, so we've got 3 might across the board.
Yeah. So lacking in might, but played correctly, it's not going to need that.
No, I mean with 26 models, you've still got a lot of elves at 5/5.
How quickly can Thorin kill those exiles? That's the real question.
Yeah.
Not if he's transfixed though.
Look, he can only be transfixed for 4 turns if they're lucky.
Yeah.
Fucking Thorin on goats pissing me off. I hate Erebor Reclaim. The models are so good. Dwalin does not need to be that good. He does not need 4 attacks.
I strongly consider taking Dwalin on goat instead. But yeah.
You wouldn't be losing. Like, yes, you're losing a free heroic combat, but it's a Dwalin. Next list.
I've moved on. I
just opened my eyes and saw what it was. Get out of here.
Yeah. Dragon Emperor, 170 points to Dragon Emperor, sick. 5 Black Dragon Warriors with Axe and Shield, 10 Black Dragon Warriors with Pike and Shield. Dragon Knight on a horse. We have 1 Black Dragon Cataphracts, 2 Dragon Cult Acolytes, and 3 Black Dragon Warriors with Shield and Axe. So that is 23 models, all of which are going to be like fight 5. Fuck your elves. Yeah.
I don't know if Jay Claire watches these, but this is directed at you, mate. Why is he not 210 to 230 points? Why is he 170 points? Oh,
to sell the model.
The Dragon Emperor. It's disgusting. it's elves that don't die. And elves that kill shit.
Oh, hang on. Killing shit. I've never seen an Eastling army kill anything.
Mate. See, this is where people sleep on Eastling. People get pissed off with, oh, they're only strength 3. Yes, they are. But odds are you're going to have 3 to 4 attacks per combat. And if you've done it right, you're going to kill shit. Riley in Noobs is just the best Eastling player I've ever seen. And that man, he just plows through armies. Eastling slap, man. Eastling slap hard. Like, until now, Eastlings were slept on. And even I was like, oh, Eastlings are shit. They don't kill anything. And then I watched Riley and versed Riley. I'm scared of Eastlings, and I'm even more so scared of Eastlings now. Like, even if this army doesn't die or doesn't kill, what you do is you sit there with your shields, your shield, and you watch the Dragon Emperor just plow through shit. The potential for 9 strikes is disgusting. He's not going to be able to Blade Wrath him for those 3 strength 10 hits. That's fine. Don't always need it. 9 attacks with 3 of those attacks being strength 4 is massive. Double banner essentially for Eastling heroes. Huge. This list is going to do well. I watched the Dragon Emperor play last weekend. We had a 600-point tournament. I took pure Mirkwood Rangers and got absolutely railed. It was disgusting. If anyone wants to buy a Mirkwood Ranger army, I've got one for sale. But no, I watched the Dragon Emperor in other games, and he just, I watched Aragon bounce off him for like 5 turns.
I've had a lot of fun with Mirkwood Rangers. How rude.
Nah. They just didn't do it for me.
You just don't know how to use
Mirkwood
shooting
Rangers.
armies. That's your problem.
Huh?
You just don't know how to use shooting arms.
No. Shooting armies are my thing.
Nah, you've never played one before in your life.
That is my thing. But Mirkwood Rangers just didn't do it for me. It's too reliant on shooting. But anywho, back to the list somewhat. This will do well. It says it's 23 models, but it's 29 models, this list.
Yeah, because the Black Dragon.
Yep. 6 free warriors, essentially. Depending on the scenario, depending on where the stage of the game is at, he can just dismount, just get rid of the Palanquin, say, oh, I don't need it. I now have 6 more troops coming at you, and they'll do a job. So, yeah, this is kind of disgusting, but also cool. Yeah.
That's it. That's all the lists.
We're done.
Smashed it.
I get to go to sleep now.
I get to go about my day. If you're still here, make sure you go to YouTube and follow the Last Lights Lose Men, and also us, but you must be because you're watching it here. And then they've got a Facebook group you can go and join and talk about all the stuff on there. You can join us both on Instagram. You can go to 2 Banner Minis on Instagram. You can go to our Atomic Cut shop. You can do all of that stuff. Plugs. Go to Zahir Cares Designs at Instagram. Buy some cool terrain. I don't know what else to plug. Just have a good time. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buy your tickets for this coming event,
which is in 2 days' time. Probably
buy
less
your tickets
by the time this goes up. So yeah, it's also I think sold out. So yeah, it's cool. But yeah, don't buy tickets this one. Buy tickets to our events. Our events are fun. But yeah, thanks for joining us, Sean.
No, thank you.
please feel free to jump in the comments and be like, "Where's Liam?" Call him out for having a job.
Yeah, Liam, stop working. I
Yeah.
also have a job, Liam. I also work full time.
Me
So-
too. Zahir
At least
doesn't.
you don't have to look after kids.
Well, I used to. And then I went, you know what? Nah.
Nah, I'm out. Fair enough.
Cool. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for joining us, guys. And I'm gonna stop this now. Bye.